Hello and welcome to Afro Gossip, a brand new show for your screens. I'm Lydia Heather Mudari from Scotland in the United Kingdom. Scotland is a unique country. Everything here is different from home. The culture, the fashion, the music, the accent, and of course, the weather. Speaking about weather, Scotland is most popular because of its freezing conditions. But there is more. Scotland is now considered a multicultural mix of diverse communities. There is a significant increase of ethnic minority groups, and the African and Caribbean population in Scotland is now estimated at 18,600. That's 3 times the number in the 2001 census. Now, if you are African, Afro Gossip is the show to watch. If you are Scottish or any other race, Afro Gossip is here to give you an African flavor of music. Mobile Awards, how did it go?
It was Mobile Awards was amazing.
Fashion. Sports. Semi-finals for Strathclyde League for basketball. And here with me is one of the players. You're the best player for this team?
Well, I wouldn't really say the best player, no. We're just a team of a lot of talents, so I'm not really the best player. I'm one of the top players in the team, yeah.
Oh, multicultural team.
Yeah, it means a lot. Yeah, I mean, we do a lot of stuff off the floor. Mm-hmm. So we definitely focus on the student athlete, but the student comes first.
How does it feel to play in such a team? Because I see you're the only black person playing in there.
It's good. The environment is good. The boys are supportive, and we all love the game, so it's good. Yeah.
Arts. Politics. Question as what is Nigeria doing concerning the climate change impact on Africa?
Well, there are a lot of innovations going on, especially championed by the Lagos State government. We've held 3 climate change summits in the Lagos State government. We are taking climate change awareness and advocacy down to the young people. We formed climate change clubs in all Lagos State public schools. And every year we're having trainings.
Find out how are Tanzanians doing in Scotland and UK as a whole.
I get the impression that Tanzanians are very happy here. They're very successful. Many of them came here to study, and then some of them decided to remain here to pursue some of the professional careers. So I get the impression that they're integrating here very well. This is my first visit, and I'm very happy with what I'm seeing. Really.
That's not all. Afro Gossip is here to explore the new multicultural Scotland, giving answers to all your questions and voice to many words. So how is it to be an African or Caribbean in Scotland today? Take a look at this.
In the society has been like a black man, you find yourself on the bus. When you're seated on the bus, you realize you're the only one seated on the bus. No white man is going to sit near you, next to you, except if the bus is fully tight.
Groupsman, how is it going? Hey, danger man, pure cracking. Alright, sweetheart man, you pure beautiful by the way. Fancy away net. Place. But there are some questions you learn to live at this place and you realize you never know the answer to, you know? Like I think we've all been in this situation, those stay in Glasgow. You know, in first encounter it might go something like this. Alright man, what's your name? Kalonde. Colombo? No, Kalonde. I just call you Jimmy man. Jimmy, where's you from? Glasgow. No, I mean, where you from? West End of Glasgow. No. Where are you really from? Zambia. Oh, Zambia. You must know Big Georgia from Congo. No. I'm from Zambia. I know some say Big Georgia from Congo.
I'm African. I'm South African. When I started doing my research, I realized how difficult it was to access African films.
What are your objectives?
Well, the main objective is clearly to make these films available to a wider audience, because we found that African films, especially because we're both specialists in African cinema, are very underrepresented in the British media.
Many people who haven't been to Africa think Africa is a jungle. What's your take on that from your 20 years experience living in Africa?
It's nothing like that, like anywhere. So there's a variety from people with great poverty right through to the super rich and super intelligent.
If you look back in the late 70s, early 80s when my parents were here, one thing that was interesting was that even the color of their skin, they had neighbors who would say, hey, can I rub your skin and see if it would, if I can wipe out the black in you? Or then it was a case of ignorance and people were not aware of what it was like to come from Africa.
What do you think about the increase of the number of Africans and Caribbeans, the ethnic minority groups in Scotland?
Well, I think peoples from these different groups in Scotland add a lot to our own culture. This evening shows it. At the beginning of the evening with Scottish country dancing, then Nigerian singing and drums and so on. And I think that all helps us to get on well together in our world. I think one of the problems nowadays is that we don't know one another well enough.
What do you think about Glasgow now?
I think Glasgow is great. The way it's kind of brought different people and different cultures into its city, I think it's grown so much, and it's good that it's kind of accepting to other cultures. But yeah, I do love living in Glasgow, but I do need to kind of go where the music is, and that is London.
Okay. And today in the studio, I'm joined by Graham Campbell, Development Coordinator for the African and Caribbean Networks in Scotland, and Paul Barlow, the first ever Black and ethnic minority leader of the Glasgow Caledonian University. Hello, gentlemen, and welcome to the show.
Hi, thank you.
Hello, Lydia.
Let's talk about why green is the new black.
Okay.
Yeah, can you tell me how natural disasters and resource wars, poverty in Africa are linked to climate change? Graham?
We have people who are fleeing conflicts which are caused by conflicts over resources, whether it's oil, minerals, wealth, but it's also over water, land, access to land, cattle, crops, you name it. The way that climate interacts with the gathering of resources and competition for those things causes the people who are fleeing from those conflicts to come to the United Kingdom. Not all of them coming here, of course, but you know, it means that we suddenly have populations from countries that we've never had before from the African continent living in Scotland today.
Western world leaders, what are they also doing to also help that, let's say, that seeming poor continent to mitigate the effects of climate change?
So if I'm getting this right, you think the developed world is actually to blame for the causes and impacts of the climate change in Africa?
Partly, yes, partly.
Well, I wouldn't even say partly, I would say entirely.
No.
Well, thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining me on the show. I hope you enjoyed the debate at home. If you would like to get involved with your views, then visit our blog at truegossip.co.uk. And to play us out, here's our talented brother, Jethro, with some lively African music.
Les enfants pilés, le massacre au nord, le massacre au sud, à l'est et l'ouest. Oh God, where can I run away from war? Where can I run away from war? Everywhere is war. Welcome me straight to Africa. Welcome me straight in Congo. And destroying the peace of the world.